The Reds are preparing to make a new bid for Schuurs. Torino quickly turned down Liverpool's opening offer for defender Schuurs, but according to reports from Italy, the Reds are preparing to return to the negotiating table with a new offer. Jürgen Klopp has added two new additions to his roster this summer. Alexis Mac Allister and Dominic Szoboszlai have been brought in to strengthen the midfield and are now eager to strengthen his defense. According to the reports, the Reds are gearing up to turn their attention to signing a defender from Sporting, for which Goncalo Inacio has been shortlisted and has recently emerged as one of the favourites to sign the 21-year-old alongside their Premier League rivals Chelsea. Mickey van der Ven of Wolfsburg was also chosen as a target for Klopp. But Tottenham Hotspur are currently close to making a deal for the 22-year-old with a £30 million move. Therefore, Liverpool may return for Marc Guéhi. Reports suggest they are ready to fight Newcastle United for the Crystal Palace star, but it won't come cheap. The Eagles now appear ready to let him go for a fee of £60 million. Schuurs is another key target for the Reds. However, according to reports from Italy, Torino turned down the €30 million opening offer for the defender. The Italian team is charging around €40 million for its young defender. Despite Torino's refusal, FSG is preparing to return to the negotiating table with another offer. Because Klopp has made it clear this summer that he wants them to sign the 23-year-old, whatever it takes. However, this transfer does not seem to be easy, as Napoli made an offer of €28 million to the player. Currently, the Dutchman is in no hurry to decide on his future, despite the growing interest in his signature. However, he may have a hard time turning down his transfer to the Premier League. It's clear that Klopp is determined to sign the former Ajax man. A new proposal is already in the works, but Jürgen is in a very strong negotiating position as his contract is set to expire by 2026 and he has options for an extra year. Therefore, Liverpool may need to match the price the Serie A club is asking for. But there are indications for Torino that it may be worth it given the level of their recent performance. Over the past year, the defender has been in the 81st percentile for tackles completed per game compared to his positional peers. He averaged 3.4 gaps per game last season, the highest of any Turin player. Not only that, the Dutchman, hailed as a leader by former Manchester City goalkeeper Ronald Waterreus, could also make a positive impact in the dressing room. So his arrival could be a boost both off the court and for the Reds. Schuurs is only 23 and Klopp has the potential to level up. Therefore, he can serve Liverpool for many years. Valverde could be Oxlade-Chamberlain's heir. Liverpool missed the opportunity to qualify for the Champions League group stages as they finished 5th in the Premier League at the end of the 2022-2023 season. The Reds will compete in the Europa League next term. But the failure to secure top European football hasn't prevented the ability to strengthen the squad. Because Alexis Mac Allister and Dominic Szoboszlai have come to refine Jürgen Klopp's mid-park options. The midfielder was targeted as a priority position to strengthen after Naby Keita, James Milner, and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain left on free transfers, while Fabio Carvalho was on loan to Leipzig and Arthur returned to Juventus after his temporary spell. Given that there are currently 3 fewer options than last season and Real Madrid's Federico Valverde is someone who can walk through the door, there may be more additions in this area of the pitch. The reported €90 million transfer target for the Reds could replace Oxlade-Chamberlain as a scoring midfielder for Klopp. During his injury time at Anfield, the former England national team player showed signs of being a talented striker from the middle of the park. Indeed, in the 2019-2020 season, in which he made more than 40 appearances, the former Arsenal man contributed 8 goals and 3 assists. He has missed 88 competitive matches for Liverpool due to injury since 2017. This means that the 29-year-old is rarely able to step up due to the lack of regular playing time. However, Valverde could not play in only 37 games in the same period. The Uruguayan national team player also showcased his talent as a striker in the 2022-2023 season with Real Madrid. He aired the nets 12 times in 56 matches. When Opta data is examined, it is revealed that the 24-year-old player is among the best in goal and shooting position. This shows how much impact he can create from a midfielder in the last third. In terms of context, Curtis Jones was Liverpool's top goal scorer last season. That means Valverde will give Klopp a much-needed upgrade in this area, as he has scored 7 goals in 29 La Liga games. Valverde has especially started to prove that he is a reliable offensive start this season. The £181,000 weekly ace, once described as untouchable by boss Carlo Ancelotti, averaged a 7.3 SofaScore rating in 34 league games for the Spanish Giants. That's a score that would place him second on the Reds roster behind Trent Alexander-Arnold. These numbers prove that Valverde has the potential to be an incredible addition to Klopp if the talented Uruguayan can change his form from Spain to England. Such a prospect would undoubtedly make him a dream replacement for Oxlade-Chamberlain this summer. It is true that Liverpool have an interest in Valverde, but it remains unclear whether the move will be made this summer. Because both Dominic Szoboszlai has been signed, it seems like a critical decision for Liverpool to spend €90 million for a new midfielder. The Reds withdrew from the Ryan Gravenberch race. Liverpool has withdrawn from the race for Bayern Munich's Ryan Gravenberch and will instead prioritise the signing of Southampton's Romeo Lavia, according to Sky Sports reporter Florian Plettenberg. Liverpool strengthened their midfield with Alexis Mac Allister and Dominic Szoboszlai this summer, with the latter joining a £60 million deal earlier this week. Jürgen Klopp is still eager to do more in the transfer market, and with Steven Gerrard placing Jordan Henderson as his first signing to Al Ettifaq, the manager may need to introduce multiple new options in the midfield. Gravenberch has been touted for a transfer to Liverpool several times. The Reds are said to be planning a move for Bayern Munich's man in March, but now it looks like interest has run out this summer. Liverpool is definitely out of the race, but talks have taken place between the club and the players' management, said Plettenberg. Instead, Lavia is now considered one of the top priorities for Klopp. However, the Sky Sports reporter stressed that Bayern would be willing to sell the Dutchman this summer if they get the right offer. The 21-year-old has played the most central midfielder in his career so far, but he also has the ability to play a deeper role. He was in the 73rd percentile for challenges over the past year and 71st per 90 minutes. During his time with Ajax, the young player was hailed as indispensable by football scout Jacek Kulik and has made at least 30 Eredivisie appearances in his last 2 seasons at the club, but was unable to sustain that performance at Bayern Munich. However, the £152,000 a week midfielder is still very young at 21 and has plenty of time to develop further. That's why it's a bit disappointing for Liverpool to leave the autograph race. But Lavia has averaged more blocks and interceptions per 90 minutes than Gravenberch over the past year. As such, it could prove to be a very good alternative for the Reds, especially defensively.